Hey everybody, welcome back to H10 Hanshin Tigers English News. I am your host, T. Ray. And now that the podcast has been put on pause, this is my only chance to actually talk to any of y'all about the Hanshin Tigers. So, where shall we begin? Let's go to the news. And first of all, the biggest news in NPB, this is outside of the Tigers in a sense, and that is that the Chiba Lotte Marines have been hit hard with COVID-19, even worse than Hanshin Tigers were. 11 of their players and staff tested positive, and a lot of main players also. Like we're missing a couple of guys because they were sitting near or they were hanging out with the people that tested positive, but they had some major guys, including, look out, our very own former superstar Takashi Toritani. Yes, he tested positive for COVID-19. Even Superman, the Iron Man, the one who keeps himself in great shape, caught it. They're not really sure how, because none of these guys were violating team policy, but somehow they all ended up with it. And it started a couple days ago with one of their pitchers and now has spread to the rest of the team. And they're not sure if the pitcher spread it or not. But that's just bad news. And we wish Toritani, as well as the entire Chiba Lotte Marines team, a quick and full recovery. And I hope that they can fight hard to the end and get that Pacific League pennant, because they're close. Okay, in our team news, speaking of coronavirus and so on, all of the players have returned back to the Kansai area. Now, the ones that did not test positive for the virus, but actually were in close contact with those who did, they have been freed to resume workouts, but they're doing workouts on their own, not at team facilities, as far as I know. So that's a step in the right direction. And the ringleader, Kosuke Fukudome, 43-year-old, he was the one that organized this 8-person gathering where, not everybody got it there, but because 8 of them were together, a lot more guys had to be deactivated. Well, he has expressed apologies and remorse for his decision to do that. What they did was they rented out an entire restaurant or facility, and they gathered there, 8 of them. Well, that didn't turn out very well, because I think 2 or 3 of them had the virus, and then the other 5, because they were there, had to be deactivated and have missed the past week plus of action. So there's no telling what's going to happen with Fukudome or with the other guys. Like, will they be disciplined, punished, benched, fired? I don't know. Other news with the team, Jeffrey Marte apparently re-injured his calf. And so he was supposed to start the last farm game that we had, but instead he did not. And I kind of wonder if he's even going to get called up to the top squad at all this season, which means ever, because that could be the end of Jeffrey Marte. It's not like you punish guys because they get hurt, but it's a calf injury and it's lingered on since the start of July. And he's re-aggravated it, which means that maybe he's not doing his part to take care of it. I'm not really sure. Okay, I think that's it for news. Let's jump into the past series that we just had with the Giants. It was a 4-game series. We took the first one quite comfortably behind a superb outing from Yuki Nishi. I think we ended up winning that one. I forgot. Was it 4-1? Something like that. It was a good game where we got a couple of home runs and beat them, which is what we needed for our morale. It's not like we're trying to get the pennant anymore. But we lost the next 2. The next one was Joe Gunkel on the mound, and they kept him on the bump a bit too long. It was 2-0 or 2-1, 2-0. Heading into the 6th, they kept him in. He gave up 3, and then the relievers gave up a couple more. We came back with 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th, but that obviously was not enough. They had a miracle fluky catch to end it. 7-4 loss. The next day, we loaded the bases 3 times in the first 5 innings. Ended up getting 1 run in those 3 chances, and that was on a bases loaded walk. So we ended up losing that game 7-1. I think chiefly because we could not cash in. We pulled Akiyama early. Fujinami came in for the 6th inning, was good enough to get a 0 up there. Came in for the 7th inning, was not good enough there, and they got 3 runs, partly because of a drawn-in infield, and that was partly because of lazy fielding that allowed them to have 2 runners in scoring position. So everything that the Tigers do poorly showed in those games. However, yesterday I chose to not watch because of the poor performances over the weekend, and I regret it because Haruto Takahashi did his thing, pitched a complete game, the first of his career, gave up, what, 3, 4, 5 hits maybe at the most, no walks, 14 strikeouts. And the Tigers won 6-1, and Yusuke Oyama hit a home run, which puts him now in a tie for the top, for the lead in home runs in the Central League. When's the last time that's happened, Hanshin Tigers? I don't know. But we're 3/4 of the way through the season. If he can win the home run title, that will be the first one for the Tigers since 1986. A certain bearded Colonel Sanders lookalike, not Randy Bass. That's the last guy that has won it for the team. So go Oyama go. That's what we got to cheer for the rest of the way, Hanshin. Okay, we're going into Hiroshima for 3 games against a team that has just swept the Swallows. Well, it's the Swallows. They also had some controversy in that when they hit Aoki, apparently from their bench, somebody yelled out "Moi patsu yattare" or something like that, like "let's hit another guy" type of thing, which is very poor sportsmanship. Aoki's a nice kid, nice guy. But anyways, so the Carp are bringing Aren Kuri, who did very poorly against us in his one outing against us previously, but he has been quite good of late. The good news is that he pitched a complete game in his last outing and threw 133 pitches, so hopefully he'll still be a little bit fatigued and hungover from that. And then we've got Atsushi Endo, whom we've done fairly well against. At least first innings we do quite well. And then probably they are going to be bringing, gosh, I forgot already who they've got. It's somebody that has not faced us. Oh yeah, Yusuke Nomura, who has only faced us once and did quite well, but he had a very poor September. May it continue in October, young man. And we are going to be bringing Aoyagi to the mound today, followed by, I think Iwata is going to get one in there as well. And who's the third guy that we're starting? I'm drawing a blank. Other team news, Jerry Sands and Justin Bohr were out of the lineup in yesterday's game. They were both slumping spectacularly, and I don't know if it was just a day off or if Yano is going to play the, well, it worked for us last time, so let's stick with the same lineup type of thing today. That remains to be seen. We'll find out in about 30 minutes now. What to say about the Carp? Well, Seiya Suzuki is still Seiya Suzuki. Kosuke Tanaka's heating up. Ryosuke Kikuchi tends to do well against us. This is a team that, even though their record is very poor, they're playing at home in front of a half-full Hiroshima Mazda Zoom Zoom Stadium for the first time in ages. And also, I just feel like, this is our last time going in for a 3-game set, and I'm feeling a bit pessimistic. I feel like, what, we really are. We're still shorthanded because of the coronavirus thing. And I feel like going into Hiroshima, where the crowds do get a little bit loud, it may not be a very good series for us. But it's going to be on Sun TV, and I love Sun TV, and I am counting on the Tigers taking 2 out of 3. What do you all think? Leave me a comment. I think the key is that Sands and Bohr need to snap out of their funk if they can. 2 out of 3 is a done deal. Yusuke Oyama does really well in Hiroshima historically, so I look for him to hit a home run or 2 during this series. So 2 out of 3. If Bohr and Sands do their thing, it could be a clean sweep, but it is Hiroshima. Leave your comments, give me some questions, and I will catch you all next time. Thanks for watching this series preview.